Hello, my name is Jeff Hull, and I would be thrilled to participate and speak at the New York Broadway TEDx 2019. They say that all the world's a stage and that there are no small parts, right? Only small actors. Well, what if the small actors are actually taking over the stage? I'm a psychologist and an executive coach and a researcher based at Harvard and also at NYU. And I've studied leadership over the last 20 years and noticed a huge revolution taking place that I call the quiet revolution. There's been an emergence on the scene in startups, mid-sized companies, all the way up to major corporates of what I call the beta leader. As we see the typical traditional patriarchal alpha style leadership on the wane, there's really what I call a quiet revolution. And I'd love to spread the word about how what's happening in today's organizations on the leadership stage is actually bolstered by what's happening in the research of the science of effective leadership. This wouldn't be such a big deal, except that what we see in the public sphere, on the stage of the media, is that autocratic leaders, the alpha dogs, are still running the show, right? We hear about more and more autocratic leaders taking over in more countries. This style of directive and authoritative and aggressive, assertive leadership is still considered really to be the norm in many situations, in many political situations. And yet, there are a number of domains in which research has been done to demonstrate that a different style of leadership is actually what's needed in today's entrepreneurial, innovative, and multicultural, diverse environments. And that style of leadership I call beta. And beta leaders they communicate differently. They are listeners. They are curious. They create more of a consensus-driven environment. And as we see the emergence of more women on leadership roles, more people of color, more people from all around the world with multicultural, multi-geographic, multinational backgrounds. And then we also see organizations spread out and networked, and people working in a 24-hour, technologically connected, collaborative approach. The old style alpha is no longer going to be what it takes to succeed as a leader. And I want to share the science behind effective leadership in the different domains where what I'm calling the beta style leader can be incredibly effective and where I've seen it in action. And I also want to share from my personal perspective the risk that we have if we don't wake up to our own unconscious bias. I'll share a personal story about my own realization with my own partner, coming to see that what I had considered to be the requisite style and communication and capability of a leader was actually still way too alpha, and that I was being dismissive of someone who's actually started a company, working globally, and working very effectively, even though they're an introvert, even though they're more of a listener, even though they're more in the background. They're stepping up to the stage and actually driving results. So this is a huge sea change. It's what I call the quiet revolution in leadership, and it would be a privilege to share it with you in TEDx 2019 Broadway. Thank you.